What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol RSI for Rush Street Interactive. On the left-hand side, we're looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Before we jump too in-depth in terms of daily levels of support and resistance, what I want to point out is that in the extended hours session, there was some sort of catalyst going on with MGM, I believe, and Wells Fargo liking them as the top casino pick. Maybe there's a partnership here. I don't entirely know what's going on, but basically we will be opening on a gap up, right? And I'm not a fundamentalist. I'm a technician here, an expert in price action. So let's go ahead and talk about how this open may actually unfold. For the sake of today's video, we'll assume that the open will be around 1815, not 815, 1815, and that the overnight high will remain somewhere here close to 1850. That, of course, gives us a framework that we can use as the bell rings at 9:30. These numbers are subject to change by 9:30, but the framework does not change, right? So let's turn that off, get some of those distractions off the screen. Then we'll take a look through the lens of the daily perspective, just adjusting this chart here, making it a little easier on the eyes. There we go. Get that kind of centered in the screen. That's looking good. And basically the first thing we always have to consider whenever we're dealing with a gap up or down for that matter is the gap and trap. So in this scenario, it would be opening here, failure to take out the overnight high, trading back down through the open. You're looking for a short to take us into the gap fill area. Today's high of day, which is at, if we grab our other tool here and throw that on the chart, that's right around our 1718 mark. So, just shy of about a dollar move available to the downside if that truly is the open and the gap and trap is what unfolds. But if we go on over to the trade tab here, and what you'll notice is that, wow, actually I am kind of surprised by this, pleasantly surprised that is. This is actually easy to borrow. So you can short the shares on this one, and I would advise not doing it via options, just looking at the put side volume here, just not something you want to be interested in. So really focusing on the short shares, easy to borrow inside of RSI, which is a positive surprise, quite frankly. So that would be the downside case. Of course, the flip side now would be the gap and go, right? Probably the one more people are rooting for. But if we open here, consolidate in this range and take out the overnight high, what you're looking for is a move into our next obvious area of daily resistance. So this time we'll scrunch up the chart here on auto and look for where that area may be. And what I'm simply noticing is this right around 20, the nice round number, which would make sense as an upside target. And then after that, we have 2122. Now, I'm not saying that the price has to get there all in one day, all in 1 week, but from a structural standpoint, those are the numbers to be paying attention to. It's really all going to boil down to what happens at 9:30 with the gap up. Do we get the gap and trap? Do we get the gap and go? Other than that, the levels I'll be watching. To the downside, we'll map out one more, which I do think is critical and kind of an adjustment from what we had in the past. Let's go ahead and bump up this 1463 to this number right in here, 1525, simply noting that we had prior resistance, then flipped to support in here, as well as on today's session, of course, which was punctuated by really solid volume, right? So that would be the number to pay attention to if we fill the gap and move lower, in my opinion. Those are the levels. That's what I'll be watching. 9:30 is really going to tell the story of what this one wants to do. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.